Hi everyone, this is Nelson Lima again, and we are here for the second part of our tutorial covering the concept art that our friend Luke Villanueva just sent to us. This is again the concept art where we have a tower and a ringing shape cloud on the top, and some cloud is raising from the soil up to the skies. We have some floating rocks here. So to bring this tutorial a little bit closer for what the concept is, also ensuring that for the success on achieving this effect, the scale of this tower and these gates here, these columns, has to be very big, because you need to have an easy way to edit the mask we will develop to create the empty space where you don't have clouds, probably the path that lead to this tower. And so I have this environment here. When I place a huge tower, it's not just like that's in the texture, because if some of you can realize, this is a resource, a free resource app gave to us. It is called the particles effects. You have in the learn tab in the launcher, and you can download it, and you have it for version 4.21 and 4.17, several versions. And you create a project and you start from there. Well, from this I have made quite a few modifications in this level. First of thing, I triple the height for this tower, just picking the two segments we have here and place it twice and giving them a different scale, so we have a larger scale down here. So supposing at the top here, at the tip, we have a diameter of about 5 meters. So down here, the scale should be something about 15 times about that. Let's see. This one is twice by twice by twice the size. It's about 10 for, let's see, the top is 1.3. Yeah. Well, this is how it looks like, the top over it. I didn't make the texture to create the rings, but I am explaining how to achieve that in a bit. So now you can see in the editor given the update in the Cloudscape Seasons, and what we have made here, we created 2 layers. So this is how it looks like when we have just the layer 2, turn it on, and if we go far from it, you can see the shapes for the clouds, like this small. How we achieved that? We have changed at the layer 2 the coverage scale, and we have made it a more height, increasing this parameter here, distant masked height, and the interspacing we have given a higher value. We like shorten the space between the clouds, so a value of 1 here, you see more space between the clouds, and 2 less space, so on. Also, we have increased the density levels. This makes the each dot lit closest to 1 value, so it will appear that the the clouds are like dense. So you can change the coverage if you want to, but we felt that the values it's easier to achieve. Another thing that we have made here, if you look from the top, we have here our tower, and this is the cave system. The cave system is first part of the demo where you can enter, and if you go to the texture here, you'll see that we have a dot in the middle. So if you go this way, you see that you have edited this texture here. So this shape will like be used. It is the shape here. You create in 3D and you make the clouds to not show into this portion. That bottom part is important. This part, it is the cave system, because you don't want the interior of your level to have clouds down here, because since they are closest to the ground, you see the clouds showing up here if you didn't create the mask. So with the mask, no clouds there. Okay, and you can place the height here for the second layer even less, for 5. Make it even lower, because you want to match where the top of the clouds will be regarding to the tower height, because you want you have the first layer coming on top here, closing the top for us, while below you have the cloud structures surrounding the tower. So that is what you have to set. And so and another thing that you have to change is the materials. You see that there is an issue in the material here that I need to fix. That is right here, the mask for inclusion exclusion areas. You have the texture coordinate here attached to the UV. That's not what you want. You want to get from the pseudo volume text encoder here, mask RG, and fed it into the UVs. Once you do that, it will work perfectly. And for you to understand how to make the mask, you just have to point down, go for the top of the screen, and you see we are upside down, and you see that you just have to figure how far it is the place. So you have this spot here. You are not seeing clouds here, and they are not masked because these are the mountain peaks. They're going above the cloud level, so the clouds are like being cut from these high peaks. Same as here and here and here and here. But this is the spot matches what our texture is. So remember when I told you about the scale for your environment and the scale for your tower. The bigger the tower, easier will be for you to achieve a very thin and very detailed mask. The more bigger the tower is in the surroundings, and then let's see that you also could have, based on what I have explained in the first part of the video, how to draw clouds and how to generate the UVs. You can have different shapes here, something that will be closest for the shapes you have already. You still can do this. You can change the height for these clouds if you go directly to the material. So I have made this layer 1, layer 2 concepts, and I fed them right here, cloud layer 1 cloud material, layer 2 cloud material, and I have changed the not in this case here for the level 1, but the level 2 cloud's altitude, density at the top, density at the bottom, and the cumulus height is also, I have changed this. So you can use this to make the clouds higher, and you can use this value here to give a bit of adjust on the z-axis. And if we enable now the layer 1, we can now successfully see the top covered. And for the asset itself, particle examples, particle effects example, I have deleted the post-process effects because I have to change here how the exposure will be handled, and also I have picked all the let me see, each is the name. The names, they were, first of all, it is blizzards, because this was intentionally like a frost place, so you have like blizzard coming. So if you turn on all the blizzards, you'll see a lot of wind and noise. I have disabled that because otherwise it would be hard to see if we are doing the clouds properly or not. And I have to turn it off, all of these blows and the details until this point here. We don't need them, at least for this visualization, so you guys can see. And you can like extend the effects for this particular place here and see that the clouds are now surrounding. So larger the asset, more impactant will be the effects of the clouds down here. Another thing that you want to do is like the concept is really bright in terms of the lights coming from the top, and since we didn't make the rings masks on the top for the layer 1, so there is not much light coming, and these clouds down here are not properly lit. So, and we can like fake that. We can fake that if we just come down here at the sunlight settings, and you give you here brighter value 30, so we start to make some light coming through, but will not be that much as if you have the spaces around here. So basically what we'll do, you create a second texture. My texture is here, and I am editing with Photoshop, and so if we like duplicate this one, you can save as instead of mask tower, let's say mask top, let's call it rings. Save at the same spot, keep this, it's no problem, and do import here and take it to the top layer. As we are having now the same if you click play, you'll see on the first layer the hole that we don't want, of course. But now we can come here and start to doing something. We can like erase this portion here just to make sure we are dealing with the correct area. So you can just now save, back to Unreal, wait for the import to appear, we import again, go to Cloudscape Seasons, up there, give a refresh, and that is it. We really we are accurate on the spot. So now for this point here, let's start to make something fun. I want to erase. Let's get this to really small one, like so. We can click this a little bit. You guys that are artists can do this much better than me. And then you can like save. You already have one ring. Go back to the level, re-import, update again, and there you go. You will start to have ring shapes going on. And if you replicate this around, so like let's paint, let's pick an even smaller size, not this, but if we like start to paint here and paint here, you'll start to understand the effect you receive. Don't need to be precise with this, because if you look at the reference, they are not perfect circles. And the I'm using this round road, so you can change this if you want to. There you go. Import. Let's play. It's definitely something going on. Maybe you have to increase the thickness a little bit. So the more black you put in here, you see that we are using remember that this texture here will be made by that UV system 16 by 16. So in theory you could use this 512 pixels wide texture to a 8K resolution on your screen. So we can be more precise if we increase the coverage resolution. We are using 2K, you can put in 4K and see also the results. Something really irregular to give a bit more can also do it more dramatically. Let me raise this one a little bit. Let's appear these dots. Save again. Wait for the import. And there you go. Again, with the sense of a bigger scale, it will be more dramatically to see this going on. If I go now to the top, see that very high we can see, so you know where to give some more strokes. And where not. We can like go back here to the layer 1 and change something. We have full coverage here. We could like use 0.7. 0.9 here. Let's play again. And you keep doing until you think you have the shape you want to see. You can like increase on the first layer a little bit the density levels, because when you are at the top, is this real black? I think it's not that black. Oops. That is another thing you can do. You can like do this in high resolution. It will be even better results, and then you save it with lower resolution. You let the Photoshop do the work for you. We really want this to be a real black, or it will be not the expected result. I was not that clever now. I could have used a bigger brush, so I will have more work to do just because I was stupid. But there you go. I think you guys enjoy seeing something happening, so I'm doing this. This is how it you do. You do it like this. It'll be a little bit dramatic. Like so. Save it. Wait for the import. Give it import. Refresh. And that's it. Now let's start to do some changes here. We have tried this in 4K, so now we have more resolution, and then even from the top it to be like insane. So I think you guys can see the possibilities using this. I have cut the heights, so if I come back to the first layer and put like 0.8. Maybe we can go back to the, now that we have the areas, can put back 20 here. We can give it again a little bit more coverage. .85. And that's it. We made quickly, after I have prepared the level, quickly we have made two masks. One mask for the first layer for creating the rings, and the one that isolates the tower and the cave. So the cave system is right here, no clouds inside, and so you can create one mask for each layer, easy as that. Always remembering the texture resolution. So right here you have 512 by 512, so you can use bigger texture if you want, but then for just a mask you are like expending too many resources just for another texture. So if I were you, I would just start with a, you know, maybe 4K texture, make the rings. Oh, it works fine on your level, you have tested, you save here as a 4K. Let me show how to do. You just change here image size, you change in 4K by 4K, and you hit save. Feed on screen, import back here. You see that if you go but now we have this not as pretty as it should, but you can like have more precision when you're painting now. See, so you can make like these little areas here even more black. Oh, and once you have done and tested your level, you just go to the image and change the bank for, I know, you can choose the best. It should give the best results. I think is the one that you have to keep. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and if there is anything else I could help for you guys to achieve this type of results, just let me know. Based on this, again, I'm not an artist, I can't do things pretty, but I think have proven that the system itself is robust, for you can model things the way you want. If you can think a little bit out of the box, and given the resources I have been explaining on my videos, and I think the results will be great. Thanks for watching, everyone, and bye bye.